here. You're ready. Welcome to my world.
Welcome back, everybody. It's your favorite action figure reviewer. I'm Ghost of Sparta, and we have another fantastic review for you guys. We will be reviewing the Threezero Red Ranger. We're going to take a look at paint apps, sculpt, articulation, and accessories. Make sure to like and follow and hit that subscribe button so that way you don't miss out on any other future reviews by me. Now let's take a look at those size comparisons. We have the Red Ranger standing in front of all these other lines of action figures, and you can see this guy standing at 12 inches tall. We have NECA Predator, which is about a 7-inch figure. We have the ImagineWorks Goku, which is between a 7-inch and a 6.5-inch figure. Then we have Marvel Legends Deadpool, the Hasbro Lightning Collection Gold Ranger, and the Shfiguarts Goku. As you can see, that this figure needs to be with its own line with the rest of the Rangers. Unfortunately, you won't be able to scale them with any other action figure that you would want to display them with, because it would look kind of awkward. Now we have the Red Ranger in hand, and I have to say, I mean, this is the 5th Ranger of the set. There's 6 in the whole set. I also have a special one too that came in, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Hit that like button and subscribe. This figure, you know, are really phenomenal. You can't get any better detail than this. I mean, the cloth clothes, like I mentioned, on all the rest of them are really great. I mean, they have this metallic sheen. They look really identical to the show. The head sculpts, my goodness, I mean, look at those head sculpts. You could see the nice lining, the pinstriping, you know, the teeth on the actual visor here. I mean, it looks like he just came right out of the show, and I just love it. I mean, look at the detail of the belt buckle. You can see the Tyrannosaurus there, and it reads Power Rangers. Surprised it didn't say Zoo Ranger like it did on the bow of the Pink Ranger. If you guys haven't seen any of the other videos of my other Rangers, please check those out. Link in the description below. And also, there'll also be little cards up here in the corner that you can be able to click on to be able to check out the rest of them. I do have a playlist that will have all of them on there. Now back to the actual review that we have in hand, and you can see that the stitching here, so this guy's pretty much stuck in this unless you want to rip this, and I'm pretty sure you don't want to. And you can't go wrong with a figure like this. The set was pretty expensive, but look at the detail you get. You got this pleather triangle, or excuse me, not triangle, but diamond here like they always have on their chest, and it goes all the way around to the back. I thought that was a really nice touch that they went with like a nice pleather material to be able to pop out how those symbols for the actual figure and to be able to get it to scale. I mean, it looks really nice. I don't know what more I could say. I mean, you can even see the details on the boots that has the actual triangles on there. Now you got to be very careful. I've noticed a lot of these figures, the joints for the actual ankle, they're really loose. Same thing with the hands pop out pretty easily, so be careful with that. If you want to rotate the wrist, you actually have to rotate the whole gauntlet or the whole glove to be able to rotate it, and then you rotate this. So if you're gonna pose them in some nice dynamic poses, take your time. Don't try to rush it. It's not like a full plastic figure because this guy has clothes. So make sure you are doing that, because it makes a big difference when you take your time. You don't want to ruin something that you invested in like this. But with all that being said, guys, you can see the amount of detail. The paint is great. It's super clean. I mean, you can't get any more detailed than that. I mean, it's a guy in the suit, but what makes the suit is the little details, like the morpher. You also got the head sculpt for the actual helmet, and you know, all the rest of the accessories that come with it. So let's go to everybody's favorite part, the articulation. Head moves up, moves down, swivel, arm rotation, bicep swivel, bend at the elbow, swivel, diaphragm joint back, forward, side to side, leg kicks forward, leg kicks back, bend at the knee, swivel, swivel, in. So we're on the accessory portion of the review, and you can see that there are 3 pairs of hands there. There's actually 4 altogether. Each Ranger comes with 4 pairs of hands. All the male hands are interchangeable, and all the female Rangers hands are interchangeable as well. And so this one has 2 gripping hands for when he holds the power sword. He has 2 fisted hands, obviously, because they're going to fight. And then he has 2 hands, a nice more open palm hand, and then he has like his more traditional fighting stance hand that he uses every time, his signature fighting stance hand. And then he has the 2 open palm hands that were on him that you guys saw in the beginning of the review. Now let's go over the actual power sword. So here's the power sword, which is awesome. I love the way this thing looks. It is super detailed. It looks like it came exactly out of the show, and you can see all the nice little details of it with the little engraving inside of it. This thing is super pointy, like you can actually poke your eye out with it. The red is very vibrant. You can see the gold right here along the actual handle. For, I forgot what they call the bottom of of a sword. There's a specific name for it, but you can see it has the nice little indentation like it's supposed to. We also have the actual Tyrannosaurus coin that's right there, right in the middle. You could take a look at that. They were able to get that in there, which I find very hard that they were able to sculpt that. You can also see that nice gold leafing and outlined. And this thing is awesome. It feels really good in the hand. For the Ranger, it looks really good. I just couldn't get over how awesome these are. Now, I'm going to go over the actual combined power blaster that once you get all the Rangers, you can combine it into. So let's go take a look at that. Power sword! So you saw all 5 Rangers. We finally have the power blaster here, the main weapon that they used before they actually got their Zords, and you can see the amount of detail that it has. I mean, to have this in fully colored with metallic paint, just super detailed in my hand, makes me feel like a 9-year-old little kid when Power Rangers was on TV. This thing is amazing. The fact that you can put these all together, they're magnetized, so it doesn't have any extra pegs or anything to hold on to it. It just looks exactly like it just came out of the show, and I love it. I hope you guys enjoyed what I've reviewed so far, and the fact that this is one of the main accessories you get after just buying all the figures. This thing is worth it in itself. So now we got to the portion of the final thoughts, and I have to tell you, these Ranger figures are awesome. Threezero really knocked it out of the park with getting the detail. It made me feel, like I said, like a 9-year-old little kid again, watching the Power Rangers when they came on back in the day on Fox Kids. I mean, you can't go wrong with this set. You can also buy these individually. I suggest getting them as soon as possible before they sell out, because these things are going to double or even triple in price, especially for big collectors and nostalgia collectors out there. Now, we went over the Red Ranger, the Pink Ranger, we ran over all the 5 main Rangers. So you guys can check out more videos of all those reviews in the link in the description, and you can also check those out in the cards that I left in the upper right hand corner. Now, with my final thoughts of the figures so far, I mean, obviously all the male figures are pretty much the same, just obviously different costumes. But I mean, the main gripe I'd have to say is that yes, the costumes do hinder the articulation if you want to get some more dynamic poses, but you're mostly going to be having these guys pose in some kind of martial arts stance or something with their actual weapon that they have. So it's not going to be too invasive or too acrobatic where you couldn't get the pose you wanted. It's just that it would kind of, most of the poses are going to look stiff instead of fluid, like when you get like a SH Figuarts or something that has way more articulation and doesn't have clothes hindering it. So, you know, you just got to be patient, take your time when moving around the fabric on the costumes and when you're also moving the hands, but you could get pretty much some dynamic poses with these guys. It just takes a little bit more time to do it. Other than that, these figures are freaking awesome. I love that all the weapons can be put together. They use magnets on them, and all the detail on them are great. They come with enough hands to be able to get whatever pose or situation you want going, and there's not much more I could say about these figures. So with all that being said, I hope you guys really liked the review. Make sure to like and subscribe, and you guys will enjoy the rest of my content on this channel. So like I always sign off with, I'll see everybody on the next review.